Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. I would like to chat with you a bit today about downsizing and minimalist lifestyle and decluttering, and share with you a new perspective that I have, adapted with this topic because we've written and recorded many videos on this topic of downsizing, and I just had a different perspective come into my mind a few weeks ago, and I wanted to share with you because I think it helps. It certainly helped me on my journey. I started a decluttering process in my life about, oh gosh, 30 years, no, well, 25 years ago. But it really came to life when I was going to New York. I moved to New York to start a new job with Microsoft there. And I took my 39 boxes of stuff with me, and they followed me. And I got there and then realized it wasn't going to work. So went back to Seattle. Long story, short story. But I ended up back in Seattle, and the boxes arrived back on my doorstep, 39 of them. I had not opened one of them. I had not thought about what was in them. And I thought to myself, what's in those boxes? Like, what could I possibly need that's in there? I haven't used it for 3 months, but I opened them all one at a time, and the tears began. And I sat there honestly for like months. It was months, going through every single box, taking pictures of things and putting them into the categories, garbage, give away, sell, whatever. And it took a while, but I got down to a number of things. And for me, it was more than number of things. That was just get rid of all the stuff, and then I forgot about it really. And throughout my life, I, kept on, going through bursts of purchasing and then cutting back, downsizing. When I moved into one room about 10 years ago here in Switzerland, I had to obviously downsize, and I've got some pretty good techniques for it, storage now. And I think I have a reasonable amount of things from a space perspective. But then I thought about it from a different perspective a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's the key for me. I think it's the key for me, and maybe the key for you, to downsizing, decluttering, and simplifying your life. And it's simply by finding your style, finding out who you are at your essence. And for me, that journey took a while too, but it was a matter of process that I had control over. And I think that's the thing about downsizing and reducing your number of things, is you're kind of under pressure just to clear the junk, move the stuff out. But it's not. And by the way, I'm just talking about me. It was not personal. It didn't require of me that I ask a very important question. Does it match my style? Easy question, but here's the difficulty. What is my style? That was the challenge. What is my style? What do I like to have around me? What are the things that make me feel like I'm looking back at a reflection of myself? I'm seeing things, colors, shapes, designs, elements that are really me. Now, like a lot of people, I've got my work environment, which I needed just to organize, thematically. So I got into packaging, into putting things into shelving, into drawers that I needed for my work, and that's the practical stuff. That's a part of downsizing. I think everyone has to manage. What's your work style? What's your, managing paper, managing the day to day? Do you need to keep things beyond a certain date? You can ask yourself those questions from a practical perspective. But when you put that aside, everything else is kind of choice. It's a choice of color, decor, style, shapes, and that kind of thing. Like, do you prefer, do I love this kind of mug for my coffee, for my tea? Do I prefer that as opposed to a plain mug or a bigger mug or a smaller? This is me. I've decided I love this cup. I love the shape of it for coffee and tea. I love the design of it. It's me. And when I started doing that and looking at things and turning around and saying, does this suit my preferences when it comes to style? It allows you to do lots of important things when you can reflect not just your clothing to your style. I've picked up recently gray as a color, which I never used to wear gray, but I actually like gray now, and I like it for lots of reasons. It's a switch from black. It's more my style. I'm not so much black and white as I am more in the color zones, shading. I like shading jewelry, matching my clothes, and that now has become my style. And once I got that down, then I was able to sort of shop easier because I wasn't looking for ideas or for new things. I was looking, and maybe this is going to sound boring to you, like, well, Margaret, like you're boring. You're buying the same old things because they suit your style. Well, my style isn't like completely static. I mean, when I see something that's a peach color or that's red or, whatever, I'll think, oh, that's my style too, because it blends with what is the core. Oh, I don't know. I'm having a hard time describing this, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. You know what you're looking for when you're shopping, and you know what you love when you're looking around your house. By the way, this does not have to be minimalist. And this is where I kind of wanted to stop the obsession almost we have in many parts of this of our world with reducing stuff, like reducing the number of stuff. I'm not saying that you have to not just only buy one sweater every year or one color because it's your color. I'm saying that you choose the things that are your reflection of you. And so the shopping benefits are pretty clear. The emotional benefits too are really positive because they help you to reinforce who you are. And as a woman in your 60s, I think we struggle with that because we don't have the context of friendships or our children's associations or whatever. We are simply on our own, and it's not just our style of clothing or our style of home decor. Which now for me is pretty consistent. I mean, I can see around. When I look around me, there's really there's nothing. There's nothing that I don't like, that I don't feel resonates my style, my life, my preferences. But it's not just about the style of clothing. It's a style of life. I like things that are easy to pack because I like to travel. I like things that are color coordinated so that I can mix and match things without having something sitting in my closet for 2 years and never finding a place or a time to wear it. It's not just for me, it's clothing, decor, everything. Also, I want to highlight this because I know there's some people out there who are going to say, yes, but what about books? What about, DVDs, or what about entertainment things? What about memories of a past you? And I used to hold on to quite a few things like that, and then have like this one thing in a box. I had a little box of like postcards and things. I still collect postcards, and I have boxes of those just because it's me. I like remembering, travel. But there's some things that are associated with memories that, I just need one of them. Like I don't need 15,000, no, not 15,000. I don't need 15, fish birthday cards that my son drew for me when he was 7. I need one. Well, this is me. By the way, this is me. You may need 15 or want 15 or 150. But for me, I just need one because that's what it is. When I was opening my box and I found my little box of my little dog Chica's things. There was the monkey, there was the little coats, there was the little necklace, there was the little, everything that I'd bought for Chica. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to keep one thing. And I kept this little pink rhinestone, little chihuahua, cute little dog, my little buddy. And I kept that little necklace because that's all I needed of Chica. I didn't need her urn. I didn't need her, her blanket or her little mattress or her little stuffies. You get the idea. You understand, I think, what I'm saying. And of course, the kids' memories are, if you've got children and grandchildren. I have a folder with my grandchildren's art, and probably in a year's time, I'll sort them out and keep the top 3 things. But you don't need everything in order for a memory to be complete, really. And of course, besides the emotional benefit, the shopping simplicity benefit, there's a financial benefit. You're not buying stuff all the time that, is really not adding to who you are, what your style is. And so it gets back to that. And I hope that that's been a useful distinction because for me, it really, really was. In doing this, analysis of your style and determining what your colors are, what your style preferences for home, clothing, decor, it just simplifies things. Just frees up your brain to do, open up spaces for new adventures, new experiences. And maybe that's a question to ask you now, what is your style? And do the things in your home, the clothing in your closet, even the gifts you give or whatever, do they reflect who you are? Do you know who you are? Now, there's a mission for this year. Anyway, I do hope that this has been helpful and inspirational. Please leave a comment if you've got any thoughts on this topic and whether finding your style has helped you with your downsizing, decluttering initiative, and share with us so that we can all, be inspired too. Okay, so take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and join our Patreon supporters group. By the way, I always want to remind you this. It's a group of women, smaller group that we meet live shows Monday, Wednesday. It's a great way to meet people in the real world. They get together, do stuff in their areas, and also that we go on trips together. Patreon is a great place to support 60andMe and also meet other women. And of course, thank you for being here. Like the video if you enjoyed it. That means a lot to me. It helps us to grow the channel, and just know how important that you are to me. I think the world of you. I'm really, really glad that we've met each other, that we're here on this journey together. Take good care, everybody. Lots of love.